This video is a follow-up with additional testing of the Heavy Duty Accu-Slice System for the Hammer Model N3800 and N4400 bandsaws. This Heavy Duty Accu-Slice System will also fit the Felder Model FB510 bandsaws, but will not fit the Felder Model FB610 and larger Felder bandsaws. In this video, I'll be doing some additional testing using the WoodSlicer bandsaw blades. This video is a follow-up to my previous video on the installation of this Heavy Duty Accu-Slice System on the Hammer bandsaw. And doing that previous video, I was getting an accuracy of plus or minus 4 to 5 thousandths of an inch, which is a little bit more than I expected. I was expecting a little bit better precision than that. So I thought it might be the blade. I went to this WoodSlicer blade, which was a 1/2 inch wide blade, variable 3 to 4 teeth per inch. And I did some measurements on the blade, and this blade measures around 20 thousandths of an inch thick, whereas the Timberwolf blades are around 25 to 28 thousandths of an inch thick. So the Timberwolf blades are thicker, and I thought maybe this thinner blade may be flexing a little bit. So instead of using a 1/2 inch WoodSlicer blade, I actually went out and bought a 3/4 inch wide blade. This blade is, of course, going from a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch wide. Gives you a little more strength, a little more tension on the blade, and I thought that might improve things. So I want to see if I can improve the accuracy and also see if I can cut some thinner boards, because with a 1/2 inch blade, when I tried cutting a 20 thousandth inch thick board, it actually slipped off the board and didn't work. So I'll be trying it also, cutting some thinner boards. But we'll see how this works. I spent a little bit of time setting this blade up. I got it all tension good. I got my guides adjusted so they're actually riding on the blade very tightly, both top and bottom. Making sure my back guide touches the blade, because it's very important that it touches the blade. If your back guide doesn't touch the blade, what can happen is you're pushing a board through, the blade will move and then it'll twist. So it's important to have that back guide always touching the back edge of your blade. But I set my top and bottom guides so they're all pretty accurate now. And I'm going to start with this maple board. Let me cut off a 50 thousandth inch thick piece first, and we'll see how that works. And then we will try some thinner pieces. This section of the video is sped up 10 times the actual cutting speed for viewing purposes. So I'm cutting a board 50 thousandths of an inch thick and cutting quite slowly. Well, there's the surface on that board. When I'm ripping boards, I prefer to use a 1/2 inch wide blade. And really the real reason for that is because normally, like on the Timberwolf blades, the kerf is smaller. But in this blade, I don't think it's any different than a 1/2 inch blade on the WoodSlicer blade. But the other reason is when you have the wider the blade, the more chance of the blade touching the back side of your kerf as you're cutting the board. And as soon as that blade touches the back edge of the board, or the back side of the board and in the kerf, the blade will actually twist slightly, and that'll give you blade drift. So it's very important that the back edge of the blade does not touch the inside of the board as you're cutting it through. And this looked pretty good. It looked like it was clear when I was pushing it through. So let me take some measurements now and see what we get on this as far as precision. So once again, I measured the board on both edges, both the top and bottom at multiple locations. And I got a measurement of a 60 thousandths plus or minus 2 thousandths of an inch. Let me try a thinner board now and see how it comes out. So let's go to a 25 thousandths inch thick board. Once again, measuring a board at various locations, I got a reading of 31 thousandths plus or minus 4 thousandths of an inch. I think a lot of variation, again, just because of the saw marks. Usually when I'm using the Timberwolf blades, I don't get these heavy of saw marks. So as a result, depending how I measure, that's why I never measure it this way. I always try to measure across an angle, so I'm measuring across multiple, blade marks. But they're a lot more than I would see with my Timberwolf, 8 or 10 teeth per inch blades. Or actually 8 or 6 teeth per inch blades. Next I want to run a longer board, and this is probably the longest board I'm comfortable cutting with this system. This board is 6 inches tall, and it's 6 foot or 72 inches long. And it's poplar. So let's cut a piece off here and see how it works. Notice to cut this longer board I used extension rails on my Accu-Slice rail, and I'm using two Accu-Sled 2 carriages. At this point in the video, apparently the battery went dead on my microphone. As you saw, I lost all sound to this remaining portion of this video section. But I cut this board. I started out measuring to 50,000 of an inch, and I got an error of plus or minus 5,000 of an inch. A little more than I got with the smaller boards. Well, this concludes this video on additional testing of this heavy-duty Accu-Slice system on the Hammer bandsaw using the 3/4 inch wide WoodSlicer blade. Some general conclusions of the system. And going from a 1/2 inch wide to a 3/4 inch wide blade, it may be a little more accurate, not that much more. And there's more chance of the wider blade, touching the back side of the kerf as you're cutting the board. So that's the reason I prefer the 1/2 inch wide blade, because there's less chance of that back edge of the blade touching the wood in the kerf of the blade. And as soon as that back edge touches the wood, this blade is flexible, it will move. And as soon as that moves, you start getting blade drift. So for most situations, I probably stay with the 1/2 inch wide WoodSlicer blade for cutting some of my woods. I still prefer the Timberwolf, either 6 or 8 teeth per inch blades, especially in cutting smaller boards. Get more accurate. When I was cutting my boards, up to 3-4 foot long, using a 1/2 inch wide Timberwolf blade, I was getting accuracies, plus or minus maybe 2 or 3 thousandths of an inch. Cutting these long boards with this more coarse blade, I was getting accuracies of really probably plus or minus 5 thousandths of an inch, so not quite as accurate, but still much better than using a fence. If I was cutting this board on a fence, I wouldn't even get that kind of accuracy, and I'd probably have all kind of burn marks and hesitation marks in the board using the system. But this is much better than using a fence and cutting by hand. But still, you're pushing the limits of the system. The longer the board, the wider the board, the more teeth per inch, the more chance you're going to have of getting inaccurate cuts. You're always compromising, everything from, teeth per inch to length of board to width of board. All those affect the accuracy of the system. Most of the work I do is boards like 32 to maybe 40 inches long at the most, and I'm getting accuracies of plus or minus 2,000 of an inch cutting those boards. But this system will work. Just my preference is to cut boards less than 4 foot long. Anything over 4 foot long, you just start, losing some accuracy and precision of the system. But still, like I said, much better than slicing by hand using the fence. So once again, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, as always, please give us a call or drop us an email. We're always happy to hear from you.